All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachak Quarash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit, your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. My main channel got flagged down, so I'm gonna be sitting down for a minute, man. I'm on my second strike. So I'm gonna probably take 3 months off till all the strikes resolve. You know, I did a video yesterday dealing with these camps, you know, all that marching and shit. So it's whatever. You know, we get pinned for cyberbullying, but you can get online and learn how to take people's lives or cook drugs if you listen to your favorite artists, you know, or see, you know, Edomites or, you know, Amalek bomb and blow up children literally in other parts of the world. But hey, whatever. So this video right here, you know, you got that situation going on with that that young Jake. He was missing. Now he's been found dead. That young brother who was hanging out with them white boys, and as the story always goes, found himself deceased. Hey, for, you know, brothers and sisters, man, you got children, you got to let them know what the deal is. Now, if they choose to disobey or not listen, you know, hey, because, you know, that's another fight in and of itself. You know, I know, hey, from brothers' testimonies who have children, you know, when you and the woman split, she tries to make being involved with your child a living hell. But for brothers who have jurisdiction and they're able to, you know, have some say-so in your children's life, man, you're supposed to teach them who their enemy is. Too many of you niggas are walking around letting your offspring believe that they're a fucking American and that they have an equal chance at life in this society. And you're completely wrong and they're completely wrong. And they don't find out until their Edomite homies take their fucking life. Hey, and I went to a mixed crowd school. I had Edomite homies growing up, but as I got older and older, y'all, I stopped fucking with Edomites because that enmity starts kicking in and you can no longer circumnavigate, you can no longer get around it. It becomes us versus them. All right? And us, the way that the world is now in 2026, there just ain't no more excuse. The truth is too much out there. There's too many incidences like this. It says Mississippi teen gone missing after hanging with friends on Ocean Island. His friends say they don't remember, right? They were drinking alcohol. They don't remember. They make it back with the phone. He doesn't make it back. And recently he's been found deceased. The kids have all deactivated their social media accounts. They've lawyered up. They have, you know, their parents are important people, right? Lawyers and doctors, and they have money. So we know what it's going to be. We already know what the verdict is going to be. Hey, that racial hatred is all through the roof. We already know what the verdict is going to be. How many Negroes have suspiciously been found deceased in proximity of Edomites? And it gets ruled either a suicide or we don't know. So, right here. The boy's name was Nolan. This is somewhere in Horn Island, Mississippi. Hey, we know what it is in the South, man. These people are not your friends. And it just is what it is. It's just another unfortunate Jake that had to learn this lesson the hard way. Right? Oh, this is that one that happened. Tamla Horsford, right? She was hanging out with her little Edomite friends and found herself deceased. Another case, man. Hey, there's one thing, we have to go to school with them. We can't help that. You know, you go to the doctor's office, you stand there, you next to them, but you don't got to hang out with these folk. And many of our people, because they're so integrated in their mind, you know, they believe that, oh, well, I'm not going to teach hate in this household. Everybody is everybody, and we're going to love everybody equal. Well, you do that, and each time it comes to bite you in the butt. When one of your offspring end up no longer here with us. And it's not, you know, not clowning or making fun of them. You know, that's on the parents. Y'all should have taught that boy better. By the time I was in the camp at 17. I started learning the truth at 16, in the camp at 17. I believe this kid was what? So by the time at 18, y'all, you wouldn't have caught me on no trip with no Edomites elsewhere. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't taught right by his parents. So right here, you see this. You know, this is another one. Wow. Attending a football mom sleepover. Wow. So yeah, this is it's a common occurrence, y'all. It's a common occurrence. Let me let a couple of these play.
Down. Don't have to burn shit down. They found his body. They found Nolan's body. Right? Nothing adds up. All these white boys we don't know where he is, but somehow they ended up bringing his phone back. He's dead. They found a body. It's his body, but they brought his phone back. I go on a trip with a group of friends. I'm making sure everybody comes back. I'm not just coming home with a missing person. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't know. I don't remember anything. I don't know. And apparently one of these kids' dads is a judge. So I think we can see where this is going. Never be the only black person in a friend group. White men are fucking dangerous. It's like an initiation sort of thing for white men to kill a black person. Fuck these crackers, and I hope they get dragged through the fucking filth.
All right, I got this next clip. Yeah, man, it's getting real in the paint. Oh, excuse me. How could I forget? Gotta go to the classic. Sirach. Hey, we read these scriptures. Remember, these were men a long time ago who taught us things, words that carry wisdom eternally. These people have never been our friends. Ever. Never. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Here it is in this country, in America, which was established on the absolute slaughter, rape, robbery, and murder of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians by so-called European colonists, right? British, Spanish, French. They've all taken their turns in kicking our heads in. These people have a history of mistreating us in the legal system. They have a history of mistreating us out in the day-to-day. Here it is. We have, terms for these people. Karens, right? For an old white woman who's just disturbing you needlessly. This shit isn't memes and jokes and funnies. This is real. Wherever you go, at any point in time, they're willing to antagonize and or take your life. So you're supposed to be letting your young ones know what the deal is, Jacob, man. We don't live in a world of equality. We don't live in a post-racial society. They do not like you. And, under the influence of alcohol and some fair weather, they will take your life. They'll pretend to be your friend to take your life. It's that deadly serious. You're supposed to have been teaching your children, Jacob, man. Come on, man. They all find out every time. In the worst way. Another scripture in Sirach. When you teach them, what do you keep them from? I don't know what this dude's doing. Sirach 30:3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father yet die, he is as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself. You're supposed to teach your sons in particular, and especially, who they are, what they're supposed to be doing, and who is standing in the way to try and stop them. You're supposed to be teaching them about the history of this country, of our mistreatment from these people, of segregation, of Jim Crow, of slavery, of us being the Israelites, them being the Edomites, them being the oppressors. It's a safeguard. When they don't have the knowledge, they're open to get dismantled by these people through being deceived by their cunning, acceptance to take your life. They pretend to be friendly, they pretend to be nice, and when you get close, they bite. So now we're gonna come over here
These are Nolan Wells' friends that didn't remember anything, but they remembered to deactivate every single social media account that they have. Them, his girlfriend, their parents, all the accounts deactivated and wiped clean. All of them. Jax, Eric, Wyatt, Warren, Morgan, jail. Jail for everyone. Because you know, they're already circling the wagons. They're already lawyered up. But wait, their parents are doctors, lawyers, and judges. This is the father of one of his friends. And this is the stepmama, Ashley Cole. Court judge for Jackson, George, and Greene counties in the beautiful state of Mississippi has already deactivated her account. Deactivated all the accounts, and they have all unfollowed Nolan. And this is Katie, who is either a friend, close friend, or girlfriend, who is supposedly, allegedly cooperating with authorities because all the other friends are lawyered up and circling the wagons and not helpful and not talking. The doctors and the lawyers and the judges' parents of these 5 have said that they would like privacy, please, at this time. But you know what? Name them publicly. No privacy and no peace for Eli, also known as Jax, Eric, Wyatt, Warren, and Morgan. What happened to Nolan? What did you do to Nolan? His phone came back safe, but he didn't? Why were y'all arguing just minutes before he was reported missing? And y'all were continuing to party late into the evening. Other boats that were docked and parked next to yours saw y'all. But Nolan was missing. We're gonna find out.
And really, really don't matter, y'all. We know Esau, they protect their own. They made sure Dylan Roof got to Burger King, right? They made sure that one kid who killed that rich kid in Texas, they came up with that new disease called influenza, meaning when you're so wealthy, you don't have a sense of morality, right? They're going to protect their own. This is how they do. So you're supposed to be arming your offspring with the knowledge so they don't as easily fall prey. Because we can't, in this world, we can't 100% do anything. It's all up to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. You can at least arm your offspring with the knowledge so they can be wary of the enemy of Esau Edom, because if you get close to them, they don't have any problem taking your life. It's what these people do. Enmity between thy seed and her seed. We're 2 different sets of people, and that's just what it is. This ain't even really no deep topic. I just wanted to highlight it, throw it up there. It's just another one of them things. It's another one of them things. And y'all, when we get in the kingdom of heaven, man, we ain't gonna have to worry about this. This is why we're you Israelite. Here it is, y'all. They'll call us mean and bigoted for teaching this kind of information, right? Oh man, y'all shouldn't be saying that. You teaching hate. I don't want my kid to have no hate in his heart. Well, you should have taught him some hate. And he might not have put himself in that situation. So ain't nothing wrong with hate. You're supposed to have hate. You're supposed to have love. You're supposed to have hot. You're supposed to have cold. You have different emotions for the different reasons of keeping you alive. When you touch the stove that's hot, you get stricken with pain, so that your body knows not to make contact with that again. Jacob, man, y'all trying to be buddy with your enemy, and they show to you every time that they're not your friends. But let me get this in Isaiah, man. In the kingdom, we're not going to have to deal with this. Our children will be completely safe, but we're not in the kingdom yet, are we? Isaiah 11:8, it says, "And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the ass, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den, and the sucking..." It says, "They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh, as the waters that cover the sea." Now, guess what? We're not in the kingdom yet. It's coming. Our children are going to be safe. This is matter of fact, I'm going to have to go to that Deuteronomy. Yep. Yeah, actually, I read that, but the scripture that just came to mind, that's one of the curses, y'all. The fact that your children could get murked at any point in time, and you can't do anything about it, that is one of the curses, as a matter of fact. Give me 1 second. at least they didn't mess up my bookmarks here. How about that? Okay. Let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me, oh, bingo. Deuteronomy 28:32, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. We were taken captives, literally. We had no control over our families. Even still to this day, somebody can call police on you, CPS shows up, even if you did no wrong, boom, they're up out of there. You know, child support, government, you know, a woman can lie on you, come get your kids took, what you gonna do? Nothing. It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Y'all, they used to sell our children. We couldn't do anything. The last thing you saw was your baby being walked off the plantation with tears in their face. This is real. This is real life shit that we deal with. The least you can do is let your children know who their enemy is. Don't be hanging out with groups of them like that, going places with them. And if you can't find nobody that looks like you, that has a decent enough mindset and some qualities to hang out with, then you just ain't gonna have no friends, little nigga. Honest, hey, y'all, if I was an older man and I had children, you know, of that teenage type deal, which, you know, I trying to tell a teenager what to do is like trying to grow wings out your back. I'd rather nigga go to the gym and play the video game. Shit, at least you be out of trouble. You know, put their ass in some martial arts, put them in wrestling, put them in boxing, so they don't, you know, fuck friends. And I know that's one of them things when we was all teenagers. Yo, even myself, I remember looking back, you know, there's certain things your parents tried to tell you. You wanted to be hard-headed, you couldn't understand. And now that you're an adult, you can see it clearly. So I know that's a very hard uphill battle. Hey, but that's one of the responsibilities of having children, brethren. So that's why you don't just go around nutting everywhere. Because having children comes with responsibility. You got to raise them. You got to try to do what's right by them. They're not just some, they're living souls, and you brought them in, so you got to take care of that, homie. The fuck is wrong with Jake, man? You niggas got your kids running around in this demonic ass world completely unarmed in the mind, knowing that they have an enemy that wants to destroy them, keep them disenfranchised, lock them up. Y'all don't even tell them how to deal with the police no more. Police run up on your kid and blow their brains out because they act a nut. You niggas are crazy, man. Damn, something just came to mind. I forgot. All right. You know, there's all kinds of clips up. You know, you see them on the boat. People were saying they was arguing.
Nolan Wells is seen getting into a.
Y'all, we know what it is. We already know what the deal is. I highly doubt those kids will get prosecuted or see any time. We already know how it is. We know how Esau do. That's why you can at least arm your... I have a feeling that this boy didn't know nothing about nothing. You know, but hey, he 18 now. He old enough to know. So that's on him and on his parents. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to end it on this, man. Man, teach your children that the so-called white man is their enemy. Straight up, straight down. And as a matter of fact, I'll end with this, because you're supposed to be teaching your offspring about the law, the faith, right? Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, their heritage, all things that's included from their entire life long, from the point of waking up to the point they go to sleep, man. Deuteronomy 6:7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. You're supposed to be teaching them, man. Many of you niggas have tried to, you trying to integrate your children and let them be and let them, oh no, we colorblind. I don't see hatred. I see love. All that bullshit. And now what? You gonna walk them right to the hands of the fucking slayer. There's another scripture here. Let me see. Okay, yep. Let me see. We're supposed to be teaching this to the generations on and on, their heritage and their culture. And if they knew their culture, they wouldn't be fucking around with Edomites, bro. Deuteronomy 4:40, it says, Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, thy power giveth thee forever. Forever. All right, there's another scripture in my head, man. I can't. It's basically when thy children that come after thee, that shall not have seen these miracles, when they shall ask of thee. Damn, man, I'm forgetting where it's at. Some of y'all might know where it's at. Basically, you know, that's you're supposed to teach your offspring, man. Plain as day. That's what the deal is. All right. And I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem, Rachakurash, to honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.